Hello everyone. So as we know that in business studies total 4 topics are there from which you can prepare your project files. In this video we will be discussing the first topic, that is principles of management. So I am just sharing one project to you all. Have a look and try to get some knowledge that how you have to present the things in your project. This project was prepared by a student over a topic that is principles of management. अब हर प्रोजेक्ट में आपको कितनी क्रिएटिविटी ऐड करनी है, उसमें कितना आपको एफर्ट देना है, इट ऑल डिपेंड्स फ्रॉम पर्सन टू पर्सन, फ्रॉम स्टूडेंट टू स्टूडेंट, इट डिफर्स. नाउ फ्यू ऑफ द थिंग्स लाइक द नेम and other things I have just hidden, but the language you can just take. First of all, the certificate should be there in your project. Acknowledgement should be there. The language for certificate and acknowledgement you can get from your book also. The index is there. Now in this index you can just concentrate few of the things. First of all, the project introduction, that why we have prepared the project or few things like that. After that, the industry introduction, over that particular industry they have applied the principles. We all know that we are having 14 principles of management described by Henry Fayol, propounded by Henry Fayol. उन प्रिंसिपल्स को हम एक पर्टिकुलर बिजनेस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में किसी इंडस्ट्रियल यूनिट में अप्लाई करके देखेंगे एंड फाइनली विल जस्ट टेक आर कम टू अ डिसीजन whether the principles of management are practically applicable in the business organization, in the business world or not. So here is the project introduction, and now the industry introduction in which they have applied the principles. A little short introduction about Henry Fayol, what was his lifetime and all. Now the principles of management starts from here. We all know the 14 principles of management. Now first of all, like they have applied the division of work and they have provided the meaning. After that, their observation, what they had observed, whether this principle division of work is applied in that particular industry, in that particular organization, in that where they visited or not. After their observation, they come to the final conclusion whether this applicability of principle is appropriate or not. Then authority and responsibility, meaning, observation, conclusion, and their suggestions too. Suppose if that particular principle is not applicable in the organization, what are their suggestions? If the principle is applicable in an appropriate manner, what are their conclusion? So you have to apply each and every principle in that organization. You have to provide the meaning of that principle. After that, the observation, what you had observed in that organization, whether that principle was properly applicable, whether that principle was not applicable properly. So for each and every principle we have to provide the same headings, that is meaning, observation, conclusion and suggestions. The student has put a few pictures also that he has taken with that in that organization with the manager, like unit of command states for the instruction from the single boss. So he is the boss who is providing instruction. तो आप अपने प्रोजेक्ट को कितना रिच बनाते हैं, इट ऑल डिपेंड्स अपॉन योर क्रिएटिविटी. हाउएवर the authenticity of the project all depends upon your efforts. Subordination of individual interest to the general interest, and the same thing will just carry on. Each and every principle will be applied in the organization, and you will just put the points, the meaning of principle, the observation and the conclusion. You can add n number of pictures as much as you want with your project. Keep remember that projects should be made handwritten. Computer printed projects are not helpful in scoring marks, so it is suggested that you should prepare the project in the handwritten form. Even if you use the plain pages, that will be again a good decision. It is a final conclusion. After all the principles had got over, this is the final conclusion, that what is our final conclusion out of the 14 principles, how many are applicable and how many are violated. And this is the last page, which is having the bibliography, that from where we have just taken the help, from which books, from the internet websites or the industry brochures and the magazines, journals, etc. Whatever they have just captured the information, this is the bibliography from where they have taken the information. So I hope you must have find this project helpful for you. If you still find any sort of queries, any doubts, if you would like to discuss it to me, you can put it in the comment. Thank you.